Now let's move straight to our next conversation. The rise in prices of food in Nigeria has been traced to illegal activities of hoarders stockpiling newly harvested grains and causing artificial scarcity to drive up food inflation. At a town hall meeting in Kano, the Chief Executive Officer of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Council, FCCPC, Tunji Bello, told stakeholders, including market leaders, farmers, transporters and service providers, that investigations by the FCCP uncovered a pattern where certain merchants were hoarding grains to manipulate prices, further worsening the country's inflation crisis. Now let's share the story by TVC News' Ibrahim Isa with you.
Nigeria's ongoing economic crisis, worsened by rising fuel prices and dollar fluctuations, has been further complicated by the hoarding of essential food items, which is driving up inflation. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, is now focusing on curbing these menace, particularly in Kano, a key commercial center in northern Nigeria. At a town hall meeting, FCCPC leadership revealed that some traders and produce merchants are stockpiling new harvested grains to create artificial scarcity, and practice that has contributed significantly to food inflation. The meeting brought together industry captains, MSMEs, market leaders, farmers, and service providers to discuss solutions to these unwholesome practices which threaten both traders and consumers.
It's essentially the issue of unwholesome distortions in our markets in form of price fixing, price gouging, hoarding, among other anti-consumer practices. We are all concerned because we are all victims insofar we buy from the same markets.
Yes, the foreign currency has been floated. Yes, electricity bills have gone up, and of course, that goes along with other bills. But then there are also things that are man-made that we did to ourselves. And these are the issues that we have to look at and try to find solutions to. It's not Ashwaju that formed associations in the markets. And these associations sit down together and fix prices and decide that today a mudu of rice should cost so amount.
The event in Kano is part of a series of engagements the FCCPC has held in Lagos and Abuja, signaling its commitment to addressing the exploitation in Nigerian markets. With renewed oversight, the Commission aims to restore balance in the food supply chain and curb the unethical practices that continue to drive inflation.
All right, let's bring the conversation home. Okay, BKO, let's start with this. The issue of the FCCPC blaming hoarders for escalating food prices. How true is this?
You see, rising food prices are a function of many variables.
Okay.
Of course, the devaluation of our currency is a factor. Cost of transportation, the fact that the roads leading to the production belt for a lot of the produce are in a deplorable state. When the roads are terrible, it will be difficult to evacuate farmers' produce from those places, and when they are evacuated, you inevitably pay a lot more. So there are different factors, but the factors that they have talked about are also very true. I remember that when the Yobe state government moved against those buying up rice, they are buying up locally produced rice, buying them off the farmers. These middlemen will go into the farms production, agri-production centers and buy up hundreds of bags of rice. They will then go and store. When the product is not in season, that is when they will begin to then sell. Of course, prices come down during the harvest season. But once these people buy up as many bags as possible from the farmers, right from their farms, a lot of what should come into the markets so that people can buy them at lower rates because it is harvest time, and during harvest time you have greater supply. You will find that they have deliberately mopped up those bags of rice, waiting for, I can't call that rainy day now, waiting for an auspicious time to then sell. Hoarding is a big factor. Remember what Kano did. Kano state government went into the biggest grains market in West Africa, the Dawano market in Kano. They went there and they were unlocking the warehouses. You say grains are hard to find, but these guys locked up hundreds of bags of rice in the warehouses. Government had to release them. Another factor is the fact that our currency is weak. People are now mopping up grains from Nigeria and taking them across the border. Whereas such categories of food, it is prohibited to sell them across the border. Some of those trailers that had loaded bags of rice and all that were intercepted. It took the intervention of the president for them to be released to them, to the owners. And what the president said was that as long as they are going to sell to Nigerians, you can release it to them. This was in Katsina State.
Okay.
So it's not a lie that people are also taking some steps that are worsening inflation. Okay. All those market groups telling women that you must sell, if you don't sell at this price. There was a story that the correspondent in Osun State filed. The woman was saying, look, if we sell lower than the price that they ordered us to sell, they will punish us. So these things are real. But government also needs to take some steps, like even zero VAT for produce, zero VAT for essential commodities would also help us lower prices. But look, let me say this. The cost of transportation, in spite of the fact that some people are using CNG-fired engines, they are actually refusing to bring down transportation costs. So we too are part of the problem. Yes, our governments are a big problem, but we Nigerians too are part of the problem. We don't love ourselves.
Okay. All right, then. We need to go on this quick break, gentlemen. And when we return, the conversation continues. It's still Journalist Hangout. Don't go anywhere. All right. You're welcome back to the show, Still Journalist Hangout. I still have Chris Kende, Wanda, Adekunle Yusuf, and BKO joining us via Zoom. All right, Adekunle Yusuf, let me start with you. Does the FCCPC, do they have the capacity as a body to monitor compliance, to fight against this hoarding and all? Do they have the capacity to monitor?
A big country like Nigeria, I doubt it. But they can make some, impact here and there.
They've been going around the country,
they can
meeting with stakeholders.
A little impact here and there. But they need to look deeper.
Look deeper?
Yes.
Into which area?
Okay, what are the causes of some of these things? I grew up to see a business opportunity in some of these things. In Yoruba, it is like that. You will see people buying palm oil during the time of glut. I'm talking about even illiterate people. Our mothers, that one. They will keep when it is during the time of scarcity, when off-season, they sell. They do it for kola nut, they do it for palm oil, they do it for many, many other products. But the situation of our country is different now. The real problem is the cost of energy.
Cost of energy.
Yes, it's one of the biggest problems. Jide talked about,
petrol.
Jide talked about the problems of Naira devaluation.
Okay, Naira devaluation.
It is a shame. Around Nigeria now, all the countries surrounding us, before, if you go to any country, for example, Benin Republic, with 10,000 Naira, you literally need a bag to collect their money.
You're a big boy.
The SEFA, if I get it right. Today, you take your 1,000 Naira to the Benin Republic, your 1,000 Naira, you will be able to get up to 300 SEFA. You ask, what has happened? That's massive. And don't forget, Nigeria has borders with all of these people, and many of these people are farming communities. So when they do their product, they just cross and sell. You talked about...
So in other words, it's just going to be minimum.
What is good. What
they're doing
is good, but we need more from the side of the government to be able to have impact.
More on the side of government. Your thoughts here? We're pressed for time.
Yes, for me, not just about hoarding. One of the major problems we have is insecurity.
Insecurity?
Yes. People are not going to the farm. People are not going to the farm, especially within the food basket states. You're talking of Benue, you're talking of, especially in the north. People are not going to the farm because they go there, they'll be kidnapped, they'll be killed by bandits. So we need to nip the issue of insecurity in the border. And that is why we've always said that no matter whatever we do, everything is tied to that. Here we can talk about, yes, getting the products and bringing them, for goodness sake. You're talking of storage and hoarding. We don't have good storage facilities in Nigeria.
Okay.
So anybody that even package
harvest losses.
Yes, now post losses, of course. You see tomatoes. People who harvest tomatoes.
So, but he's talking about grains now.
I'm just talking about. It's not just grain. I'm talking of food products generally. But ask yourself, the grain that the federal government released to the states recently, where are they?
All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We need to move straight to